Hello, everybody. Welcome to the podcast. This is your boy Cash, Playmaker 250, Greedy. All right, let's get it. So, Greedy, what's your take on Aaron Rodgers? How did he look last night?
Well, he looked like we thought he was going to look. After the injury, I think he's. Everybody needs some work. Week 1, nobody's going to be perfect. He made some throws. He did. He could make some better ones, just like everybody else. But overall, I give him a C.
You're being generous.
Mm-hmm.
Playmaker?
I wasn't 1,000% impressed with what I saw last night. I saw a team that was trying to do a lot with a quarterback that wasn't ready for football. At all. Not at all. For some reason, he was avoiding the entire right side of the field. I didn't understand that. One of the guys that I follow that you put me on, Zoe, they were showing a chart where he was only focused on the right hash and the left side of the field. And isn't his Achilles the left leg?
I'm pretty sure it is.
So he's a right-handed quarterback. So his plant leg is the right leg. Am I mistaken? So it was the left leg, I believe, towards Achilles. Mm-hmm. And Kirk Cousins tore his right one.
Plant leg.
So grade, the team needs to do a lot. Rodgers played pretty decent. I give him C-. That's me.
I'm giving him a D.
A D.
I give Rodgers a D. I give the Jets defense an F.
F.
Yes, the defense did nothing.
They have a player that's on holdout right now.
Okay, and?
He's a very important player that came from Philadelphia for a new contract.
What happened to the rest of the team?
I don't think they had that many sacks as a team.
Okay, so because one player's there, your defense just fall apart?
A lot of teams have that problem.
No.
Okay, when Aaron Donald left the Rams, how did they look on defense?
Aaron Donald he's like in a whole nother category.
You actually one defensive player is not in the game. Is that?
Yeah, but we're not talking about. But this is the Jets, though. The Jets would never get anyone on Aaron Donald's level, and if they do draft him, they're gonna bungle him and they're just gonna leave.
Mm-hmm.
I can't give you that too. He's never played it down for them yet. Mm-hmm. So before he even put on a Jets jersey, the Jets defense still was ranked. Yeah. In I'll say the top 10.
Yeah.
Is this still recording?
He's.
One second. How come when niggas tell me you turned 40?
Okay.
It's still going?
Yeah.
Mm. You can only judge who plays, and let's just say he sit out the whole season. That defense was made to succeed before he even took a step on the field.
Wasn't that defense so feared last year? That's what everybody was talking about.
Primarily the defense was one of the reasons they won those 6 or 5 games, I believe it was.
Yes, it was.
And you couldn't win a game. You couldn't beat San Francisco, which was a beatable game last night. San Francisco did not have CMC.
Agreed.
Ayuk is not in football shape.
Not yet.
Mm-hmm.
So that game was yours for taking. You just fumbled the bag.
But the 49ers ain't no pushover now.
Now I know that.
They got their offensive line and their defensive line. They still got 2 guys on that defensive line that gives you all the hell you want. And that offensive line is still top 5.
I know that, but yet you still have Mr. Double Check back there.
Yes, you do.
And then you still have Garrett Wilson.
Uh-huh.
You still have Breece Hall.
Mm-hmm.
So you have good weapons.
You do. But you can't turn the ball over. They had too many turnovers.
Right.
One of those, actually, 2 of those picks wasn't actually by Rodgers. One was a pick. The other was a fumble by Breece Hall. That just points off the board on a very important drive, in my opinion. But it could have went both ways that entire game.
Rodgers still gets a D.
We'll have to roll with the D then.
All right. So, let's talk about the other actions in the game. How about the Rams? What do you guys take on that game?
So go ahead.
The Rams, I'm going to give them a C also. I can't give anybody a D. I mean, you have to earn a D. I think they earned a C. I mean, for you, I'm serious. For you to get a D, you have to go out and actually try not to perform. D is less than bare minimum. I'm gonna give him a C. Could they have done better? Absolutely, they could have done better. You have to be able to move the ball. Besides throwing it, they couldn't run the ball. They couldn't run the ball. They had a couple guys go down and get hurt. Part of football. The show must go on.
Mm-hmm.
They had their chance to, but they didn't. And on the other side of the ball, Detroit has the best offensive line in football.
Yes,
they
sir.
say it's Philadelphia. I'm giving it to Detroit.
Yes, sir.
They are going to move the ball. They're going to do their job.
So am I hearing a deep run for Detroit this year?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
NFC Championship or Super Bowl?
Listen, I picked them to go to the ship all the way. I'll say it again. SHIP, period.
What's chip,
Ship.
though?
Championship.
NFC Championship?
Ship. Super Bowl ship.
Okay.
All the way.
You hear it here.
Ship.
Playmaker?
Talk about the Rams first. The Rams lost a very big playmaker what night was this? Was it Sunday night?
Mm-hmm.
On Sunday night.
Ooh.
I was highly upset about the player. They lost. We'll talk about that later. But when Puka Nacua went down, everyone kind of didn't do anything because I believe Cooper Kupp had 20 targets that game.
Yes, he did.
He still had over 100 yards, though.
When you give a guy like that 20 targets, he gonna do something with it.
Yeah, 5 yards.
Former Triple Crown. I'm just saying he did a lot. I'm sure he had a very rough night. That night his body's probably dying. But if they had Puka, I think the game would be a whole lot different, my opinion, because the other receivers, they're just guys. As Steve Smith says, they're Jags, but they can contribute. But them losing Puka, you saw the struggle.
Yes.
You saw the struggle. And he needs his guys. And the run game was correct. I piggyback on that. It was atrocious. They didn't even use their rookie running back, Blake Corum. So I didn't understand at all. Give your guys a chance. You drafted them to do a job.
I think the Lions did pretty good. I can see them winning their division again and definitely representing the NFC.
Oh, I can't give them the chip, but I think Detroit go far again.
I think they're going NFC Championship. I can see them doing that.
I can see him getting to the Super Bowl. If you can run the ball as well as they can run the ball with two running backs, especially with Montgomery. Montgomery, that's going to sleep right there. The way that dude runs that ball, if you get any production from anybody else, and of course St. Brown going to do his thing, and of course Jameson Williams, keep your eyes on him. He's an absolute machine. As long as he just stay off of Hard Rock while he at the field. Can't do that, bro. Can't do it. Can't do it. So I say the Lions. I mean, they got decent defense. You got to have a defense wins championships. Yes, but if you can run the ball like they do, they got decent receivers. They got one of the top tight ends in the game, and a quarterback that's competent. I don't see nobody stopping them. Brock Purdy and the 49ers, they got a good team. They do. But if it goes down to quarterback play, Brock Purdy's not going to be the answer.
Next topic. So, what are you more impressed with? Dallas's defense, or you're more disappointed in the Browns' offense?
Ooh. Oh, let me kick this one out.
Playmaker.
I saw the look on your face. That means you got some good topics in that one, huh?
Deshaun Watson has robbed an NFL team of all their money.
Oh, I just want to say one thing. With no gun, no ski mask. Just with an open hand. Just pay me. That's it. That's just what he did. And the Browns just gave it to him.
Yeah, so that's not robbery if you give it to him.
Pure thievery. Deshaun does not look good, guys. Let me keep it honest with you guys. Like, he does not look good. He does not look like the player he was when he was in Houston. I haven't seen that. I saw a glimpse of it last year. Maybe one game. Because they did beat, who they beat? They beat, Deshaun beat.
That's irrelevant.
Beat the
Don't
Ravens?
remember.
No, he beat the Steelers.
He beat the Ravens too.
Oh, that was it. Sorry, I had to take a shot at you guys. Yeah, that was it. That was Deshaun. I played that game.
Yes, he did.
I'm always gonna take my shot.
I heard that game, but he beat us.
Yeah. So he needs to, one, improve his play, or else the team can't cut him They're not going to trade him, not with that kind of money that he's making right now.
No Russell Wilson 2.0?
Nah.
I don't think no team would take that.
Nah. That's they gave him all that guaranteed money. They're gonna throw him on that field as often as they can. They're gonna get him right, and he's gonna play. He owes them that. Them not having a run game is. I'm not saying Ford didn't do good. Ford had like 40 or 50 saw yards rushing, and I believe he had a score. But Zoe's boy, Nicholas Chubb, if he was on the field right now, Deshaun would not struggle this much. Because that team is predicated on running the ball first. Don't care who the quarterback is. Because Joe Flacco took them boys on a nice little move.
Absolutely.
In the postseason. Off the couch. Up off the couch. Couch like this. Up off of it, chilling.
So you're more... So you think Nick Chubb would have still had success against that Cowboys defense?
Absolutely.
Yes. I think so.
Absolutely.
I think so. And the Dallas Cowboys took advantage of that. Dak Prescott, the highest paid quarterback. I disagree with him getting $60 million a year because I was supposed to be Pat Mahomes, my guy.
The same guy that says he's going to be NFL MVP this year.
Dakota Dak Prescott?
Dak said he's going to be MVP this year.
Nah, negative. Dak's always in the run for the candidacy. You do good for the first. He's a great regular season player, very good. But when it's in playoffs, it's a fold. I think he has 14 touchdowns, 7 picks in the postseason, and that's okay. But he can't get past the second round. So they paid a $60 million quarterback. He's a top 10 quarterback in my opinion. All that money that can't get him not even to what division?
The second round.
They're the AFC? And AFC champion? AFC championship.
What? Dallas is in the NFC.
I thought you were talking about Philadelphia.
Oh no, the Cowboys.
Cowboys NFC, excuse me. NFC East.
Cowboys in the NFC East.
NFC
They
East,
couldn't even get him there. He can't. But he's the highest paid quarterback right now. 60. Good game. Zeke looked decent. Zeke didn't look as old as I thought he would look. But yeah, the Cowboys, they did what they were supposed to do. They put their foot on the wounded animal, and they put it down. Had to.
I agree with what you're saying 100%. If they had Nick Chubb, different game. Right now, if y'all check your phone, check your fact checks, I sent you guys a little something there. The Cleveland Browns have the number 3 ranked offensive line in the league. That's run and pass. They have decent receivers, but when you got a beast like Nick Chubb, he's not a regular person. He can break his leg twice in the season, come back next year and still do what he do. They depend on him. Jerome Ford, he's good. He's decent, but he's not Chubb. When you have him back there, you have to respect that. You're going to bring that extra person up in the box, which makes it a lot easier. And I 150,000% agree with you. Watson is not the same. I don't know if money changed people. They say it changed them.
Money don't make you suck, man.
Listen, money make you take it easy. Because when you hungry, oh, you're gonna be out there. You're gonna put the extra work in. You're gonna try. He get paid anyway. So if he throw 3 interceptions or 3 touchdowns, his paycheck is the same. I think that he is a better what he's showing. But again, it's week 1. We'll give him. He had all last year. Now with this new charge coming up, we don't know what's going through his mind. But I do know this. When they pay you what he's getting paid, they expect results, and he's not doing it. So he's going to have to tighten up. Cash, what you think?
Cowboys defense. I was highly impressed with them. So that defense is shutting down anyone. So Nick Chubb or no Nick Chubb would have been the same results. That's my take. So Jim Harbaugh is back in the NFL, and his Chargers dominated the Raiders 10-22. What do you guys think?
You don't get no credit for beating up a kindergartner.
Oh my God!
You can only play who on your schedule. I know this, but you're supposed to dominate the Raiders. Gardner Minshew is their quarterback. The offensive line is ranked number 29 in the NFL. They cannot run. They cannot pass. Only thing they can do is make it even. Make it 11 on 11. That's the only thing that they can do.
So you're not impressed with that win at all?
No. If you want to impress me, I want you to play Patrick Mahomes like that. Play somebody that's relevant. You don't get credit for beating up the Raiders. I know they on your schedule and you get the win, but I don't see them popping no corks and pouring champagne on each other for beating the Raiders. I'm sorry. It's the reason why the Raiders are in the top 5 in draft picks every year. They're a horrible organization. They're horrible. Their fans is crazy. They are. But I don't see the Raiders winning nothing else in our lifetime ever.
Oh wow.
Wow. Wow. If you got that such strong predictions, can you give me the lotto number then?
Listen. I give you one of them. It's gonna be a 6 in one of them.
I don't know. I think I agree 100% with Jose. Like you don't get credit for being a kindergartner. But those kindergartners also beat the defending champs last year. They were actually taunting them boys. They were doing the Kermit the Kermit the Frog, little puppet jokes. He who laughs first laughs last, and he hit. Mahomes did what he was supposed to do. So y'all can keep the puppets, okay? Let's keep it up. Let's keep it.
I just want to say one thing. Y'all two are calling them kindergarten teams, but is it not a professional NFL team?
Any given Sunday, anything can happen.
Exactly.
That's just how it goes. Any team can win on any given day, on any given play. Sometimes it comes down to one thing: play great defense, and you make one play, it could be a pick or fumble, and you win the game.
But Jim Harbaugh's first game back in 5 years?
Yes, pro since he's been pro. Yeah, pro coach.
And he's won his first game 22-10, and that's not. That's a good win.
I like the fact that he changed the Chargers from originally what they were before.
Because the Chargers were a laughingstock in LA.
Agreed. They made it to the postseason once, and my Jags also had the best comeback in NFL history playing them. So the run game was amazing. J.K. One-Leg Dobbins looked like his old self. He broke out for 2 long ones. It could have been two big touchdowns, but when he runs, he looks like he's not the same player he was his rookie year. It looks like he's being hampered, but he did what he could do. He broke out twice. Herbert is pretty much going to be a game manager at this point, how I think. How the team is going to have to take care of it. That's how it's going to have to work. Once he opens up a little bit, we can see if it happens. We don't know. It could be at any moment they're going to have to pass the ball and not always run it. I'm very disappointed in Gus Edwards, though. Very disappointed. But Harbaugh had a good game plan, and they did what they were supposed to do. They won the game.
This guy said kindergarten.
Yeah, you don't give me credit for being up there. Yeah, Johnny called me. The dogs had got out. She didn't want to. She couldn't do that well. They ended out there. Yeah, I wasn't impressed with the Raiders. I mean, them.
How impressed were you guys with Caleb Williams?
The Bears, who we thought they were. They always have a good defense, and Caleb Williams looked exactly like Justin Fields. He was running backwards. The Bears need an offensive line. He was running backwards. He was trying to do everything. He was running. He was overthrowing people. The only difference is everybody blamed Justin Fields. Say, oh, he's this. He's not a quarterback. Looked just like Caleb Williams did. Exact same places. Missing passes, running backwards, trying to make things happen when they didn't. The only thing is he's not as fast as Justin. They say, be careful what you ask for. You just might get it. And they got it. And they're going to get it. 97 yards or what, 100 yards would he have?
Oh,
Yeah,
he didn't crack 100 yards.
He was 14 for 29.
How many total?
92 yards.
92 yards? Mm-mm. That's new.
That's wild.
A win is a win.
Justin had 156 yards for the Steelers, but we'll talk about that later.
Listen, I'll take that. That's more than I'll take that. He should put up more than that because, of course, he's been in the league longer. But I wasn't impressed. But it's week 1. We're not going to throw the baby out with the bathwater. We're going to see what he's going to do. Give him time. We're going to see if he's like Novocaine. Give him time, see if he's going to work.
That game to me was an awful game. I've never seen the team not score an offense and still win the game. I've never seen that. like I told you guys before, 250 yards. The defense they didn't even score 250 yards total offense, and they won the game. They didn't not one offense touchdown, nothing. Rome Odunze got hurt, Keenan Allen got hurt.
Absolutely.
Swift was weird. it was disappointingly weird. But they still won the game. But the O-line needs to be worked on big time.
Always.
Big time. Caleb, if he's not mobile, he's going to have to learn to be mobile. Because he's going to have to move.
Mm-hmm.
Tennessee sucks, though.
Yes.
They do.
Bananarama could have played a whole lot better. I do see what they're trying to do with the running back, Tony Pollard, that was ex-Cowboy. Looks actually pretty good this year in Tennessee. Mm-hmm. It looks actually pretty good. He was running the ball pretty well. But the quarterback play is hot. Hot garbage.
You cannot lose Derrick Henry and replace him with Tony Pollard and expect results.
He was 95% of the offense.
Don't forget about Tajay Spears.
Tajay didn't touch the ball that much.
He should never touch it. he should never touch it. He shouldn't.
Tajay was spitting carries last year with your King Henry.
Tajay Spears and Bananarama. I call him Daniel Jones 2.0. They're not going to be in the league very long.
Oh, wow.
They're not going to be in the league very long. They're horrible. Atrocious. I remember I was talking to you the other day about Tajay Spears. Like, you think that he's actually... No. He's fast. That's it. He can't hit holes. That's why he didn't better play. In college, he was good. But in college, people just... They there for girls and Slim Jims. That's all they need. That's all they want. That's all Roman noodles. That's what they'll play for. When they're pros, these boys playing for meat and potatoes, and he's not him. Tony Pollard, yes. Tajay Spears, no. I call him Bananarama, Daniel Jones 2.0. They won't be around very long.
Man, the Bears are terrible, man.
Limited edition.
Speaking of Daniel Jones, Vikings 28, Giants 6.
Oh man.
Lopsided victory. Giants are at this point I don't even know what the Giants are trying to do. Like, I'm convinced they just like in tank mode. Like, I don't know. I think the league should step in and try to save the Giants and the Jets, because you can't have two franchises that just suck this bad year in and year out. Now, granted, the Giants did win a Super Bowl about 10 plus years ago, but
many moons ago.
man, that was so long ago. But now, it's atrocious what's being put on the field. And you have fans paying good money to go watch that garbage. NFL, Roger Goodell, step in, do something. You can't have two teams in New York this bad. What are your take?
Playmaker, you go first. I'm going to go last.
Y'all want to talk about thieves like I did before with Deshaun Watson? He too is another. He too is a thief to the point where it cost the team their best offensive player. Yeah, Saquon went to Philly. He went to Philly.
I would say that's the only good thing the Giants did. They let Saquon go. So
they couldn't pay him. They couldn't pay him. They refused to pay him because they messed up and paid the quarterback. And they assumed
which
that he
was the right choice to make. Why waste that man talent on your team? You're not going anywhere. You're not even trying to go anywhere. So you might as well pay this mediocre guy that's just going to throw interceptions and just stand in the pocket and just get sacked, versus letting a future Hall of Famer just, go somewhere else and be a Hall of Famer.
Thief. Daniel Jones has probably seen the postseason maybe once.
I don't think Daniel Jones is a thief. I think the owners are idiots.
Well, and owners will do whatever they want with their money because it's their money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They paid Trevor Lawrence a whole lot more money than they should have paid him, but they're trying to secure the future of the team and not.
Trevor Lawrence, Daniel Jones. I would take Trevor Lawrence.
I would too.
Okay.
It's Trevor's legs that makes him a problem. Because when healthy, he's rushed for over 500 yards almost every year when healthy. But choosing him over Saquon, worse than they could have did. The worst.
I mean, who's running the franchise? You got to look at it.
I don't even know who the owner of the team is.
Exactly. The Mara family. Isn't
John
it?
Mara for the Jets, and Woody Johnson for the. John Mara for the Giants. Woody Johnson for the Jets. Roger Goodell ain't gonna do nothing because he's getting paid $37 million a year no matter what.
But he needs to step in because
Step in and say what? You can't step in and tell your boss, hey boss, do this. He works for the owners. The owners, yes he does.
when the 76ers were sucking in basketball, the NBA stepped in and they had someone point to the Sixers and be like, hey, what's going on with your franchise? You can't do that.
Okay.
And that's why they had Brian Colangelo take over the GM role from Sam Hinkie.
Okay. Well, who's the owner for the 76ers?
I don't remember it now.
Okay. He's still the owner, right?
I'm sure he hasn't sold the team.
They can offer him a suggestion, but they can't make him sell a team unless he do something that's completely bad. Now, Woody Johnson, Jets, Kamara, Giants. Mara. They're his boss. So if they want to do that, they didn't do that just by one game getting bad. They've been doing this badly forever. And just like Joe said, that's their team. They can do whatever they like. Listen, and you have to be crazy or need a drug test if you give Daniel Jones all that money. You keep Daniel Jones and let Saquon go, and then you trade him in your division.
That's wild.
You need Jesus and some drug tests because something is wrong with them. Brother, you don't do no stuff like that.
No, they let him walk.
And they let him walk. They didn't trade
let him
him.
walk.
They just say, bye, we don't need you, which was a blessing. They say when one door closes, the garage open, and he got a garage. He went from a team that can't block to a team that got one of the best lines in the game. You saw what he did. 3 touchdowns, should have been 4. He scored more touchdowns than the Giants did in the past 2 games. I'm serious, man. That dude, that was a blessing for him. But we're not gonna tell you how to milk your cow. If they wanna go about giving Daniel Jones money, let them. If they want to bring Devin Singletary in there, let them. If they want to mess their team up, they want to tank, allow them. That's their team, and you want to keep your job. So you think Roger Goodell going to say, hey, man, don't do that. You might take some of his money. Listen, good pick. Good pick.
So
Pick another one.
So how soon do the fans start booing him and they bench him?
Booing who?
Daniel Jones.
The fans should boycott now. What do you mean? What do you mean? How soon?
I was reading an article where they were waiting for him in the parking lot. They weren't booing him. He was walking down the side. They was giving him the business. Oh yeah, they do. But that's New York. They threw batteries at Santa Claus and batteries at him in Philadelphia.
But New York is a tough town that loves their sports teams.
Yes.
And they want good quality products all the time.
A fat man want to be skinny. People in hell want ice water. But then listen, when's the last time the New York football team won?
Eli Manning, right?
Eli Manning.
That's
Okay.
it. That's it.
And with the butt fumble.
Ha!
Mark Sanchez.
Okay. No, when's the last time a New York basketball team won?
But they're being relevant again because the Knicks made it to the second round.
Listen, it's close, but we want to win. They're gonna always have.
New York teams are happy. New York fans are happy when their team make deep playoff runs. They're happy. That makes them happy, all bubbly inside.
Happily.
But when the team isn't even making it to the playoffs, dude, the Giants are eliminated now from playoff contention.
Yes,
Already?
Yes, one game into the season, they're eliminated from playoff contention.
yes, they are.
They are not going to be anywhere near playoff contention.
I agree. I agree with you.
So, do you know what it's like? First game of the season, you already know we're not making the postseason, and you're supposed to be happy.
They look bad,
No,
man.
but they fans, they still gonna come.
Yeah,
Just think about it.
Gonna show
They
up.
still gonna come.
You know the division's going to be between the Eagles and the Cowboys.
Yeah.
The Commanders are somehow going to squeak up into the third. The Giants, they're just in the basement doing nothing.
Do you think the Commanders will have a better record than the Giants this year?
Wholeheartedly, anybody would have a better record than the Giants.
Oh, wow.
Anybody. That team's atrocious.
Anybody?
On the other side of the ball, we didn't talk about my boy Jetta.
Oh, he looked good.
Sam Donald is pretty much playing to keep a job in the future.
And where was Sam Donald playing prior to going to the Vikings?
Drafted by the New York Jets.
Yeah, seeing
Traded-
angels in the outfield.
Traded to the Carolina Panthers.
Another morbid franchise.
Then released. Went to. He was a backup on another team after that. I forgot
Yeah,
what.
but now that he has a star wide receiver, he has someone he can throw to.
I haven't been.
And you could see that arm strength.
He had DJ Moore. I'm a really big DJ Moore fan.
Okay.
Don't be more like
Yeah.
that.
No, wait, that's Jay Jetta or DJ Moore.
I'm not
No.
Yes, but if you can't throw it, if you can't throw it,
No, but
if you can't throw it in the ocean, then you shouldn't be able to throw it in the pond.
But Jay Jetta or DJ Moore.
No comparison
That's
between the
that's
two.
not comparison.
No
Why not?
comparison between the
Both
two.
wide receivers.
Yeah, but listen, that's true. That
Both
is
wide receiver.
But-
So if you had to throw to one of them, who would you want?
I want Jetta.
I want Jetta. But listen, if you can't throw it to him, to DJ Moore was just as wide as open.
Mm-hmm.
He throwing the ball in left field.
Yeah.
Jetta has better hands.
Yes, he does. So
Agreed.
that means, and he has a bigger ego too. You bounce 3 or 4 balls to Jay Jetta, and it's gonna be some separating going on. DJ Moore just gonna throw his hands up and say, "Oh, I get the next one." DJ Moore, but Jetta gonna say, "Do that one more time. One more, and it's gonna be me and you."
But hey, a win is a win for them right now. Right now, Sam Donald he's looking to keep a job in the later future, but he's not going to be the future quarterback of the Minnesota Vikings.
No, but I think he can take him to 10-6,
No, sir.
Whoa,
10-7.
No, sir.
Sam Donald.
Sam Donald ain't win 10 games in college, high school, and pros combined. He ain't finna do
He's
that.
gonna get that. This
No,
year.
he's not.
If they keep running the ball,
No,
the
he
way,
will not.
If they keep running the ball the way they run the ball, it's doable because they had a very good run game yesterday.
Listen, they did good versus a bad team.
Had Giants.
But like we say, Sam Darnold is who we thought he is. And you're gonna see. Listen, a leopard don't change his spots, and a
Okay.
tiger don't change his stripes.
That schedule is very favorable.
Who?
Okay.
The Vikings?
So the Vikings have the 49ers, which is a loss.
Loss. Mm-hmm.
Then they play Houston, which could be a win.
A loss.
That could be a win. That's any given
Houston,
Sunday.
Houston's a really good team.
They got a very good defense.
Okay, so if you call it a loss, bang. Okay, so
That's
now
2 in a row. So
Okay.
they're 1 and 2.
then you have Green Bay, a win.
Loss.
No
Defense.
no quarterback.
No quarterback.
Defense.
No quarterback.
That's a win.
They lost their quarterback.
Okay.
You have to-
they still got a good defense.
Then
And you still got to throw the ball.
Who's throwing the ball?
Listen, know what I'm saying? Sam Darnold still got to throw the ball.
Agreed, but I'm
Okay.
talking about for them.
Then you have the Jets, which is another win.
Nah, I think you just watched a very bad Rodgers game.
No.
They're not gonna play like that all year.
Then you have a bye week. Then you play the Lions, which is another loss.
Yeah, that's a
You
lot.
play the Rams, which is you don't know which Rams you're gonna get.
They
Since,
play-
since
still
that
ain't
Super Bowl, the Rams have not been the same.
Okay.
They're shaky, especially with Puka gonna be gone for.
Then you
for
got
season.
Indianapolis, AR. You know,
I
still
think-
have to see how the
I think
shoulder is.
They can squeeze that out.
Shoulder.
Then you got Jacksonville, which
Loss.
is another thing.
That's a loss.
Tennessee.
Disrespectful.
Tennessee, that's another win.
Yeah, they can
Okay.
win. They can be
Chicago, it's another win.
champions. If Caleb don't get on point, maybe because it's only the first week for the quarterback.
Arizona, that's another win. Atlanta,
Arizona
that's
has no
another
defense.
win.
You're not going to beat Atlanta, sir. Atlanta defense is pretty good.
Chicago, that's another win.
Okay.
Then you have Seattle, which Geno Smith, you don't know. It's
Seattle got a defense.
That was 7 games you won straight.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't
then
know.
you have Green Bay again. Hopefully,
Yeah, he'll be back by then.
hopefully he'll
It
be
was
back.
3 to 6 weeks.
And then you have Detroit, who hopefully would have nothing to play for on the 5th of January.
That ain't 10 wins, sir.
Nah.
Yeah, think about it.
You're not winning no 10 games.
We disagreed on 3 of those.
No.
We disagreed on 3 of
And
those.
Atlanta has a very good team.
Yeah.
Atlanta played Pittsburgh, and Pittsburgh defense is better than Kirk Cousins was. I'm not a big Kirk Cousins guy, but Atlanta's defense is very good. You're not going to go up there and just Playmaker, you said something. If I'm not mistaken, Pittsburgh didn't score a touchdown that game, and they won that game too, didn't they?
With all field goals, Justin Fields.
Best kicker in the world, man.
The balls was kicking.
6.
Yeah, but your boy last night has 6 also.
Yeah.
Moody.
Yeah.
Moody had 6 too.
He did.
Joe,
One in fantasy because of him.
Atlanta defense is not bad. They are good. And I'm telling you, Sam Darnold may seem like he's that good, but just get it. It's like Novocaine. Just give it some time. He'll set in. You're going to be like, what is he doing? Where is he throwing? And I give Jetta after the bye week,
Don't do
him and
that.
Jetta going to be happen to be separated.
Don't do him like that. He
Watch.
played a pretty good game.
First game.
And it was a lot of quarterbacks played pretty bad first game.
Mm-hmm.
He did pretty good. He threw 2 touchdowns. The pick was, he's not great. He's Sam Darnold. That's why we're talking about him to this extent. But he can. I don't like using this word too much because I think I've overused it. He's usable. He's usable.
We have to get off the Sam Darnold train. We have to get off the Sam Darnold
That ain't no train. That's
Sam Darnold, I think you can win 10 games, buddy.
Oh, man.
I think you can win 10 games.
I think so.
All right, guys, let's keep it moving. Cardinals, Bills, 28-34.
That game was very high scoring. I was surprised how high scoring it was. I was very surprised.
Playmaker said something the other day, and I agree. Buffalo's defense is horrible.
Oh man, they're bad.
They bad.
They bad.
Anybody else besides Arizona, they lose.
Remember we had this conversation a couple of weeks ago, and I said something, and you guys were like, "Oh, it was you, buddy," because we were arguing, and you were like, "Von Miller," and I was like, "What has Von Miller done? Wasn't he on that defense?
I forgot about Von.
Wasn't Von Miller on the Bills' defense, and they still gave up 28 points to the Cardinals?"
Yeah.
I thought Von Miller was that guy, according to you.
Yeah, he is that guy.
I thought he was. You told me Von Miller keeps you up at night over Aaron Donald.
Yes, he will. Von Miller will keep me up. You can move him.
Apparently, he didn't keep the Cardinals. Apparently, he didn't keep the Cardinals to sleep.
No, he didn't. He didn't.
Von did it, and he did his job. He was 1 of 4 on the sacks. He was one. Yeah, he had 2 tackles and a sack. That's
Called
what he did.
28 points doing his job.
Oh no, I'm talking about him rushing the passer. That's his job.
Yep.
He can't play a safety
Corner.
and corner at the same.
Yeah.
He's getting pressures and he's pushing the tackle back.
What was his stats, sir,
Yeah, 2 tackles and a sack.
for Von Miller?
Yes, sir.
That's good.
2 tackles. Listen, not everybody can have a T.J. Watt kind of game, but he had a sack
Absolutely.
and 2 tackles.
Absolutely.
So Von is still getting at the quarterback, but they secondary suck. They're really bad, guys.
bad.
They're really bad.
Yeah.
And I knew this was going to be going into the game. I knew Arizona sucks, but I didn't think they were going to be able to score the way they did without even using their number 1 pick.
Yeah, that's this head scratcher. 3 targets, 1 reception to Marvin Harrison Jr. with 4 yards. No, you can't do that.
He missed it one time. One time I saw he was running down the sideline by himself. Yeah, and he missed that one. He should, and I think Greg Dortch was the number 1 go-to guy that game. Greg Dortch is good, but he ain't Marvin.
And then
You gotta-
Trey
you gotta-
McBride.
you gotta get him
only
the ball.
30 yards.
You gotta get him the ball.
Trey did his job, but everything was a lot of short. It was a lot of short stuff. Everything was really in front of him. But
All right.
not seeing them go to Harrison early and often was weird.
You got to get him the ball. You drafted number 1 for a reason. You got to get him the ball.
I don't get it. And out of all the rookie wide receivers that played, that went in the first round, Brian Thomas, 4 catches, 47 yards in the TD. Awesome. First round draft pick. Am I wrong?
Absolutely.
Malik Neighbors 5 and 66. With Daniel Jones throwing to him. 5 of 66. With Daniel Jones throwing to him.
Found a way to get him the ball.
Jalen McMillan had 1 32-yard touchdown. All first-round wide receivers, but Marvin, 1 for 4? That's ridiculous.
It's another bad franchise.
They're trying to get it together.
No, they're not.
They've had very good receivers in the past.
They have. And very bad quarterbacks, except for
Hold on now. Kirk did what he could have.
except for Kurt.
Kirk did what he could have.
Except for Kurt. But Kurt also had Anquan Bolton and Fitzgerald.
The dogs.
And don't forget who he had at running back.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah.
He had edge.
They've been trying to figure it out for a while.
All right, let's keep it moving. So, Do you guys think the Panthers should give up on Bryce? Because this is second year, and I don't see any improvement.
No, not just not yet.
So when do you pull the plug?
Not after 2 years. You invested a lot in him. They didn't pull the plug on Daniel Jones, and Daniel Jones still there.
Again,
crazy.
that's another horrible franchise.
Yeah, absolutely. But you have to give a guy a chance to suck. And what I mean by that, I mean
So you had 17 games to suck, and that didn't.
yes.
Wow.
You allow him to. So listen, you can't get rid of a man just that fast. Look how they did Malik Willis.
Yeah.
Was that right? They gave Malik Willis 2 years and say, no, you can't do it.
And he still sucks.
Yes. Blow about Tua.
So
They gave Tua. He got all the chances in the world. He came out there.
No. I can't say Tua sucks. Tua just hasn't been healthy. It's a difference.
Listen, how many times have you been hurt?
Yeah.
This is his sixth year, right?
But injuries,
two real hurt seasons.
injuries, and just being horrible on the field is two different things.
Listen,
Tua's not horrible. Tua just can't stay healthy.
Tua is horrible.
No, he isn't.
Yes, he is horrible. Listen, sir.
He just can't stay healthy.
Listen, he's only been hurt twice. That's it.
Yeah.
He's not been had no broke arms. He had the concussion. Yes, twice.
So concussions aren't serious?
Yes,
Concussion.
they are. But you have to play through that because he's still
Play through it? This isn't the 90s anymore.
I'm not talking about the same game. I'm talking about season to season. You just can't sit out season to season because you had he sat out the protocol. He got cleared and he came back.
Mm-hmm.
So my question is this: when he was down in Miami last year, he's still in Miami in the playoff game. When he just throwing the ball all over creation, they had a 6-game lead and lost all 6. That's playing good. Can I buy a vowel? I'm telling you, sir, this man is horrible.
So you're comparing Bryce to Tua.
I'm saying give him time like they gave Tua.
Two different franchises.
Same scenario. You can't get rid of a guy after 2 years. You have to give him chance.
Tua shows you what he can do.
Nothing.
Tua can get you to the playoffs.
Yeah.
He can put points on the board.
Okay. And what does that got him?
Nathan.
Listen, when you start in the season, and I tell Playmaker this all the time, when you have
you're
your
gonna
first
move the
team,
goalpost.
no,
Here we go. Moving the goalpost.
I'm not moving it. When you start the season in May, is your goal to get to the second round or get to New Orleans?
He wants to get to the Super Bowl.
So don't just say, oh, you get there. You get tired of that. You have to move on from that.
Okay, but
Are
what
they
is
paying them to get the second round, or are they paying them to get to the Super Bowl?
But what is the Panthers' goal? The Panthers' goal is just to get a 500 record.
No, their goal is to get to New Orleans too.
Oh, that's never their goal.
But still,
Never.
listen,
Never.
I'm never going to take Beyonce to the prom, but that's going to be my end goal. Take her to the prom. I know it makes sense, but I can't come on and say, well, I'm not going to get to New Orleans, so let's just try to win a game. No.
So you really think when the season starts, the Panthers have this? Our goal is to get to the Super Bowl. No,
All 32 teams is.
I
If it's
guarantee.
not, if
not
it's
the
not,
Jets, not the Giants.
every
I
goal.
guarantee you, their job is, hey, we just want to win 4 games within the first 8 weeks.
No, that's not their goal. Their goal is to get to the Super Bowl because if it's not, then you playing the wrong
What
sport.
are you playing for?
You listen. You need to go ahead and sell that franchise. Go get you a Uno deck and start playing some Uno because football is not your thing.
It's not, but yet they're still making money though.
Yes, they are, but nobody's going to tell you. No owner's going to tell you, "Hey, man, how you doing?" Listen, okay, let's say for instance, the first pick next year coming up going to be Tack McMillan, your boy. Hey, Tack, how you doing? This is the owner for Carolina Panthers. Hey, man, we know we're not going to make it to the Super Bowl, but our goal is to win 4 games. How would you like to come play with us? We gonna give you a contract right now. That's not what you do.
You're not going to come out and say that, but the proof's in the pudding.
Yeah, it is, but you still have that as your end goal. Nobody's going to say, man, we just want to win 4 games.
Okay, that's the lie they tell them people. Okay,
That's what they
Sure.
say. If you shoot for the top of the tree, then you're going to hit the bark. You're going to miss. But if you shoot for the clouds and you hit the top of the tree, that ain't too bad. Always aim high. You have to.
So how I feel about Carolina Panthers, guys. All right, this is how I look at them. Remember when the Cavs drafted LeBron?
Mm-hmm.
LeBron was everything for the team. LeBron was everything for the team. He was the heart, the spark, everything. That's what McCaffrey was. The moment they lost McCaffrey, that's when they should have realized that they will never be a good football team ever again. They have nothing. They have nothing going for them. They can't run the ball. They can't pass the ball. They can't protect Bryce Young. They can't. Their defense is almost non-existent because Brian Burns been gone.
Yeah, it's good.
So that they're playing to be who last every year in their division. How I see it, I like Xavier Legette. I like him. I like him. Very nice country talking dude. I like seeing his interviews.
Mm-hmm.
But they're paying for the worst record again. They're going to pay for another top 3 pick for the following year. That's how I see it. Because they're not a very good football team right now, guys. At all. If they win more than 5 games this year, I'll be surprised. Really, really surprised.
I think they're going 0-17.
They're
No,
gonna what?
I think they're going to go winless.
no, I don't see.
You think so?
No, they bad.
They're gonna win one.
They got the defense is not great, but it's not atrocious.
The defense that just allowed the Saints to put 47 points on them was not bad.
They're not atrocious, but listen,
Okay.
eventually, as an offense, I got to start moving the ball and can't keep giving you the ball on the 50 or the 40. The man was throwing the ball interception. Bryce Young is playing bad. He has to play better because he has weapons. But I will say this. I don't think they're going to go 0-17. Remember, for you to get a D, you have to try to get a D. You have to try to get a D.
I mean, their record is rough, bro. They got
Listen,
the Chargers next
listen.
week, then they got the Raiders, then they got the Bengals, then they got the Bears, the
Yes.
Falcons,
Yes.
Commanders, Broncos, New Orleans again. The Giants might win that.
They beat New Orleans last year.
Kansas City, Tampa Bay, Philly, Dallas, Arizona, Tampa, Atlanta.
Any given
They're
Sunday.
not winning no games towards the tail end of the season.
Any given Sunday, you never know, man.
Okay, so if you don't go 0-17, you go 1-16. Is that better?
Yes.
It's still bad.
It's still bad, but it's still better. It's better than
You
0-17.
gotta try for that D.
Oh, great! I won one game. I'm proud. I'm proud of that one game.
and-
Nobody wants to go over, bro.
Yeah, they what? I think
Nobody wants to go over.
That one Lions team that went 0-17 that
Oh,
one
over
year.
16.
Over 16,
Oh,
yes.
oh.
That's when they drafted Stafford the next year, right?
Lord.
You sure?
Nah, they
No,
lost.
I
They were
don't.
They had
0-16
a-
and they drafted Stafford, I think.
Oh
You
yeah,
sure?
that was the first overall pick.
You sure that year?
Yeah.
He was the first overall pick.
Give me some facts checks. Let me know where you get your facts from.
I got my facts from Google.
So, the Saints, we saw what we always saw. Oh, first touchdown of Sunday came from your boys.
Shaheed.
Yeah, he was the first one. He was the first one that scored an actual touchdown on Sunday. I was highly upset and surprised and hated that you were right about him because they had one game. Derek Carr, I don't understand why him and Chris Olave have problems. I don't see how Olave can only get 2 targets. Mind you, the game was out of hand, but that's a barbecue chicken game.
Yes.
So I think the running game was immaculate. They ran for 180 yards of total offense on the ground. All awesome to a team that you're up the entire game. So I get it. I get why you ran the air out of the ball. I get it. So it was
Yep.
him. See, and that's why they drafted a quarterback.
Stafford, yeah. They were 0-16.
Yeah, but Derek Carr is going to do what he always do. He's going to try to go out there and throw a nice deep ball. I don't think the Saints will do anything, and I don't. If they make it to the post, no, maybe it's possible because the defense is pretty good. So it may be the Saints and the Bucks coming out of that division for the postseason to me. I think we're going to see what we always see from Derek Carr. Mediocre play, and then we can bounce out. If Evan Kamara can do a little bit more than he always does, it's going to be worth it. I think after this year, the team has to make a decision with his contract. So they have to ride this train on him. Give him the ball, and hopefully they can win something. Mediocre game. That game was 2-1. So it was very boring. Very boring game to watch.
Yeah.
Very boring.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Derek Carr and Olave, they always had issues. He didn't score his first touchdown last year till week 4.
Yeah.
Of course it's a boring game. It's
Yeah.
47-10.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was bad, man.
It
It was
is.
out of hand real fast.
Yeah, it was.
Real fast.
It was.
Now, a game that wasn't boring was a battle between 2 young quarterbacks, the Texans and the Colts.
That was a very good game. That was a very, very, very good game. Go kick it off.
I'm Team Diggs, always Diggs. He makes that team better. I'm not saying that they cannot win without him because they did pretty good last year. He gives them the extra oomph that they need to get over them. Nico, you're right. Nico's going to lead the team he led in yards. Touchdowns is going to be Diggs. He's him. You get 30 touches from Mixon. Mixon get over 140 yards and touchdown that they're going to be very hard to beat. I saw some improvement from AR-15. Last year, he just wanted to run everything. He didn't want to get down. This year, he's just starting to use his weapons. He is. As long as you got JT back there, that's going to keep that pressure off him, and he distributes that ball, they're going to be good. They're going to be good guys. C.J. Stroud is him. I told y'all when he first drafted, he should have went number 1. Saw him play in high school, saw him play in college. He's him. He don't turn the ball over much. He knows what to do. He will get the ball to you if you open. He don't care if you white, green, orange, purple. Mm-hmm. If you got a Texans jersey on, he gonna throw it to you. He might throw it to some of them fans in the stands too. The guy's him. Mm-hmm. They're gonna be a tough team to beat.
I'm just glad to see AR is back healthy. That's it. I was just impressed with him. His arm strength is there. He has great weapons around him. The Colts are going to be a force to be reckoned with. Texans, that's just, man, that's going to be an up-and-coming team. They're going to be making some noise for a while. So, that's a tight division.
I was both excited and upset about this game I was watching because both those teams are in my division. Mm-hmm. We got to play them 4 times. Play them both twice. This is why I enjoyed this game. Coming out of the NFL Combine 2 years ago, this is year 2 for AR.
AR and CJ Stroud.
Yes, sir. Correct.
And Bryce Young.
Well, which is a mistake because Bryce Young got drafted first versus Stroud, which is the better quarterback. What you
guys
were saying.
are proving my point now. How 2 of these guys are so well.
If CJ Stroud went to Carolina, the team would be better.
Yes, he's him.
I'll tell you that right now.
That's why I said they should move on from Bryce.
No, it's too early.
That's too early.
It's too early.
You got to give him a chance.
Okay. With the Vegas in the green room.
One of the plays that caught my attention with AR, a play action pass. He slipped, caught his balance, and threw a 60-yard bomb. Mm-hmm. A 60-yard bomb after slipping on his step back, his drop step. 1, 2, 3, slipped and still threw with all arm down the field and stride. The dude didn't have to wait on the ball.
Alec Pierce.
He didn't have to sit and come back and stride while he slipped. Messed up his arm.
AR's that dude, man.
Very talented quarterback. He's looking a little better. Needs to improve on his accuracy. Big time. Big time. The defense is getting better over there in Indy. Not excited about that. But I'm not looking forward to playing him at all. Because if he finds his stride, he's going to be a problem for the league this year. Houston. I was telling Zoe, Big Cheese, that Joe Mixon will make that team better. Because they could not run the ball at all last year. They were very mid. They ran the ball for less than 4 yards a carry as a team. Joe Mixon came out there and destroyed him by himself. And it was gashers. 5 yards, 15 yards, 5 yards. They ran the ball out through him because they were up so well. Stephon Diggs had the 2 touchdowns. Agreed on that. But he had less than 50 air yards. Mm-hmm. Nico Collins and Tank Dad had both over 100 air yards in that game. You can look it up. Fact check me. They were yes sir, correct. More air yards was Nico Collins and Tank Dell. Air is the distance the ball follows through the air down the field to the player. Diggs' targets were short, and that's why they use him a lot in the red zone. Which he's gonna get there. He's gonna get open in a very small space, very very small. I think the defense for the Houston Texans need a little bit of improvement. Just a little bit, because they struggled a little bit on the run. Their secondary, they have Stingley, right?
Yeah, he got
Stingley.
one pretty good.
Yes, Stingley. That's their best corner. He's very nice. So the pass rusher, you like
Will Anderson.
Will Anderson.
Yes, sir.
He had a pretty decent game.
Oh yeah, he gonna be the
That was
man.
pretty decent, but if it wasn't for AR's antics, the defense, because AR was trying to make a lot of moves, a lot of stuff extend, which he has to learn to go down. Sometimes let the play end and throw the ball away, and he'll probably play way longer than what he's supposed to, way longer, because he has to extend stuff. But that game was very entertaining for me for the week. That was probably the second best game I enjoyed to watch.
All right. Patriots Bengals. What's your take on that game?
They need Higgins machine. They gotta have him. They gotta have T Higgins.
The
Chase-
Bengals just don't look good.
Without T Higgins, they're gonna be very bad. Not saying that, not taking anything away from the Patriots. The Patriots always have a good defense, no matter who you got. They year to year defense, they always have it.
Yeah, but Joe Burrow did not look good at all. 21 for 29,
Well, he didn't have. Well,
164 yards, and 86 quarterback rating.
he had Chase, but Chase wasn't. He was there just so he didn't get fined. He wasn't running no practice and during no camp. He was there, but he wasn't participating. And then on top of that, Higgins wasn't playing. So now you got Jermaine Burton, you got Charlie Parker, and a couple other receivers. They run game was okay. Moss and them guys, they did what they can do, but they whole team, they need that chemistry, and they don't have it. And they gonna get work this week too. If I'm not mistaken, they playing the 49ers, right?
Oh God.
Yeah, they gonna get worked.
Oh yeah.
They gonna get worked very
is.
bad. You gotta have some chemistry. You have to. You gotta have them togetherness, and they don't have that. Nobody's in practice, and T Higgins is gonna sit out this game. This might be a Saints and Carolina type whooping.
This week the Bengals play the Chiefs.
Chiefs. Oh
That's
my
a lot.
God.
That's even worse.
That's even worse. I'm
You
sure.
should have said San Francisco. Maybe. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be bad.
Oof.
Packers Eagles. Before we get into that, do you think the Packers season is over? Can they survive the 3 to 6 weeks without Jordan Love?
I don't like the backup quarterback.
No.
I don't like the backup quarterback. I don't like the backup quarterback. I think, and I watched him when he played for Liberty University. Tennessee drafted him. Didn't work out. They let him go. He came in for relief after the injury and threw a pick.
If I'm Jordan Love, I'm sitting out this season because, dude, your Packers are going to sink without you.
Oh no, you can't do that.
No.
You think Jordan Love? So if he comes back in 6 weeks, where are they going to be? You're going to be in a hole 0-6.
They got to be 3-3 for him to come.
They're not going 3-3 with that backup quarterback.
Their defense ain't that bad.
Okay, defense get tired.
Yeah.
So you think okay? If you're the Packers organization and you're Jordan Love, it's time for you to come back. Your team is 0-6. What shot do you have at winning that division? You have no shot.
But you can't just those fans.
But let's be real. At MCL, do you really think him coming back in 6 weeks he's going to be fully healed?
Sprain with the medicine possible.
We don't know the extent though.
Yeah, they just say sprain. Long as it ain't tore.
No tear.
As long as he got a sprain.
But this
so
is
he could-
football.
I agree.
Someone's going to test that ankle. Someone's going to test that knee. Excuse me.
Yeah, they will. But you better test it while he's running, because you hit him that low when he's standing there, you're not going to be in the game too long.
He didn't get hit when the injury occurred.
Yeah, no, but they fell into
Yeah,
him.
it was a tackle.
Yeah, but
and he
if
got rolled up
they
on
roll up on him. As a fan of the game, if I'm paying my money, I want you to play. I want you to put the best product out there. I don't want it to be like basketball and say I go to see LeBron and he resting this game. So
You can't use LeBron in that aspect because LeBron doesn't rest. Now, if you say Kawhi Leonard, I'd say yes, I'll give you that.
You're not bad example. You're right.
You say Paul George, I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Load manage.
I don't want no load management. I want to see him if he is cleared, then I need to see him out there. I don't care if you hand it off every down. I need to see you out there. They paid Josh Jacobs a reason, so let's see what Josh Jacobs can do.
Yeah.
They got him. They got two decent tight ends. They got some receivers, so Malik can run. So you got to make it work. You can't just say let's be looking forward to 2025. No, you don't want to say that.
Ravens Chiefs, what a nail biter that came down to the end.
I enjoyed that game.
I did too.
I did not.
I enjoyed every bit of that.
Likely had a big foot.
Kevin Durant.
Kevin Durant 2.0. Shoe size were a little bit smaller. That would have been a touchdown. You guys would be 1-0 right now.
I didn't like it having to come down to that. They say if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. The Ravens wasn't ready for that one. The Ravens wasn't ready for that one. The reason I say the Ravens wasn't ready for that, history repeats itself. You had all offseason to go over your mistakes. The last game that you played in the 2023 season, you played against the Chiefs. Same mistakes. Roughing the passer. Can't line up right. Mistakes, not adjusting. Patrick Mahomes don't need no help whooping your ass. He can do that just fine. You shouldn't be. I'm serious. How many times are you going to line up offsides or illegal formation? How many times has Rashid Rice got to run the same route before you adjust? The reason Andy Reid and Bill Belichick and those guys and Mike Tomlin, the reason that those guys are great coaches is because they adjust.
Don't put Mike Tomlin in that category.
Yes, I'm going to put him in there because he's never had a losing season.
What's the goal when you start the season?
I agree to move it, but you have
Mike Tomlin is never. His teams are never in competition for the Super Bowl.
Listen, but he's never had a losing season, and there's no coach that can say that except for Mike Tomlin.
Who cares about that? You're not going anywhere.
I understand that, but like you said, I'm going to use your own medicine for you. I'm going to give it to you with a big spoon. At least he competed.
They don't compete.
8-8 is not competing.
No, they don't even make the playoffs some years.
Tomlin has made the playoffs a lot.
What, an 0-7 record the last 7 years?
0-7? You mean in the playoffs or the regular season?
In the playoffs.
Listen, but he got there. I'm not saying that's the end goal. What I'm saying is he adjusts. He will. He'll adjust.
Tomlin adjusts?
Yes, Tomlin will adjust.
The same Tomlin when every time he played the Patriots, everybody knows the ball's going to Gronk.
That's one game.
But the Patriots always pick the Steelers apart.
Yes.
And make him look bad on national television.
So what you're telling me is, if you want to beat the Patriots, just throw it to your tight end down the middle. Mike Tomlin ain't gonna adjust.
He doesn't adjust. He does not.
That game that you're talking about, that playoff game when they just went to Gronk like 4 times in the middle. Yes. They adjusted. They tried to put somebody else on him. That guy just couldn't hold him because Gronk is that man. He's him.
You can't put
you can't stop him. Hey, listen. And that game he took away from him. But what I'm saying about this is he will adjust. You know what Harbaugh gonna do? Harbaugh gonna sit there and have his hair turned and just keep looking at the thing. Listen, you're the head coach. The Baltimore Ravens wasted 2 timeouts in the third quarter because they couldn't get lined up on defense.
Yeah.
I've never seen a reporter go to the defensive coach and say, hey, what happened? They go to the head coach. You knew you were paying Patrick Mahomes. You knew that that you're going to have to make some adjustments, and they did not do that. Mm-hmm. Number one, you brought Derrick Henry in there for a reason. That's to run the ball. Mm-hmm. 7 times he ran it in the first quarter. We were up 7-0. He ran it 2 times in the second quarter. That's when you start going down. Again, Patrick Mahomes don't need no help to beat your ass. He can do that just fine. You have to adjust. The play calling. Atrocious. The offensive line, we'll work on that. That we can work on. Control the things that you can control. The 15-yard penalties. Holding happens. 3rd and 13. They gave up 17.
Yeah, that was wild.
It was. You know he's going to Gronk. I'm sorry, Gronk. Now you got me saying Gronk. You know he's going to Travis Kelce.
Yeah.
Listen, put somebody else on the. I don't care if you put 2. Make somebody else beat you.
Yeah.
Oh, but they did just fine. Rashid Rice ran that arrow route 4 times in a row, and they said, "Well, what can we do to stop that?"
The crossers.
Again, Lamar's gonna be Lamar. Lamar, could he have made some better passes? Absolutely. 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 Likely did everything in his power to win that game. He did. He did. He did. But you have to feed the king. You got him in there, you use him. I don't care if he touch it 40 times. Getting $16 million for 2 years. Make him listen. I want him tapping his head, crawling to the sideline. You let him run. Y'all take it.
I enjoyed every bit of that game for many reasons. My counterpart here is a very big Baltimore fan, a very big Lamar Jackson fan. I'm a very big Pat Mahomes fan. I think he'll be the next GOAT behind Tom Brady. He's the GOAT actively playing right now. Right now, no one has a championship more than him. No, more rings than him right now, currently in the league. So right now, he's an active GOAT. They're trying to chase him. I'm all about that. That game, Lamar was talking about it a few years ago. He told me the kryptonite. Kansas City's my kryptonite. Blah, blah, blah. You never.
Never.
I could be facing a man that is 6'9", 325 pounds of solid muscle. I would never back down to that man. I would never physically to his face let him know I'm intimidated. He might see some fear in my eyes, but I will never verbally tell them or tell this guy that I can't beat him. There is no way in hell any man should ever admit that. The moment, Zoe said this to me numerous times, the moment that a player says that about a particular team, they're done. They're done. I believe Lamar has not beat him yet in the postseason.
No.
That's only Joe Burrow. That's the only loss he's ever got in Tom. That's it. Yeah, I was very entertained by this game. Rashee Rice is going to be the future of this team right now, and Xavier Worthy.
Rashee Rice, it depends on the outcome of his legal situation.
I think next year that's going to come down to something, but right now he's going to play the whole season because right now it's really active. Because if the NFL didn't intervene, or I think the charges were dropped. I could be wrong. I don't know if he's being sued. I'm not 100% sure on that, but it's still pending. But the NFL said they're going to let it ride. He's not on no
commissioner's list.
He's not on no list right now.
Absolutely.
So he is going to be the nucleus of the team. Xavier Worthy is going to be the deep guy. Like he can be the Tyreek Hill. Like he is. They've been looking for the next Tyreek since they let him walk. And I think Xavier, through time, as a gadget player, the same way Hill was in the beginning of his career, can beat him. He's just as fast. Actually, faster. Am I wrong?
Yes, he's fast.
Faster. The fastest guy in combine this year.
Ever.
Yeah. Period.
He ran a 4.2, right?
Yes, sir.
4.22 ever.
Isaiah Pacheco is. He's gonna do what he always does. He's gonna run that rock very angrily. I don't know why his feet go east and west when he runs. I don't get it, but hey, whatever gets the job done to get you down the field. Isaiah likely and hopefully a not destroyed Mark Andrews will be the ones to carry this team because the receiving core, other than Zay Flowers, which I have very minimal faith in, but they use him. But if they don't use those tight ends, they're going to be in for a rude awakening all year. Lamar played a very good game. I was very impressed. Again, he was this short from getting that touchdown. Overtime was wild. I was not looking forward to overtime because I was losing my shit in the overtime game. Derrick Henry should be used often and early. They messed up that again. I don't understand why the Baltimore Ravens always do this. They always do the same exact thing. It's a consistent thing with them. When they're supposed to do one thing that works or stick with it, they don't do it. But I was all in all impressed by this game. I loved it. Football is back, baby.
Okay. Last on the list, Dolphins, Jaguars.
Oh, Jesus. So go ahead. I don't want to.
It was a good game. The Dolphins had him on the hook and let him off.
The Dolphins had him on the hook, or the Jaguars had him on the hook?
I'm sorry. Jags had him on the hook to let him off.
Jags
had him on the hook to let him off. When you got somebody down 14, with a chance to put him away, you have to put him away. It was week 1, but you can't do that. They had every opportunity. They beat him in every aspect of the game. They did. They was going up and down the field, like Playmaker said. Junior looked good. He couldn't be stopped. But my thing is this. Maybe the Dolphins' pass rush is better than we thought it was because Ingram only had one catch.
Yeah. And so that-
One catch. Maybe he was staying in and blocking. I didn't see. Maybe he was hurt. Maybe that was the game plan. But you got to get your playmakers the ball. You got to. And I was very impressed watching Tank.
Yeah.
I think ETN might be done. Y'all take it.
You could just see the disappointment in his face. Like, it's just
Hurt him to his soul.
hurting to the core.
Jags were up the entire first half. They shut out Miami. Shut out Miami. Shut out Miami. Completely shut out Miami the first half. Third quarter, the fumble happens. And the whole team lost their whole drive for the game after that fumble. Then one by one, we started folding. One by one. A chain, I dislike that short little man. He's a one-trick pony, and that when he's on that pony, he's down the field for a touchdown. He had more receiving yards than rushing yards, and I was highly upset about that. Trevor Lawrence this year has to earn every penny of this contract they gave him. We have a two-headed beast in the run game right now. Finally taking Cedar holes, and he's hitting them hard, and I love it. I love it. I love that consistency. I just need them boys to work together and Trevor to tighten up. But you can't play a whole game without not using Christian Kirk and Evan Ingram. There is no reason why you don't use your weapons. The rookie, I say again, had a very great game. Robinson Jr. is the future of my receiving core. I say it now. I don't care about Christian Kirk. He's nice. That's cute. But it's him. He will be him. LSU, I believe he's from.
Yes, he is.
Always push out receivers, and I thank the owner for making that right decision because he done fumbled a lot of bags. He also has drafted a pretty good receivers. Allen Robinson and Hearns. Was it Zoe?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We've hit a few times on receivers.
Yeah, but you missed two. Blackman.
Hey, listen.
But it's hard to beat a team when both of their top wideouts go for over 100 yards. Hill 130, Waddle 109. It was just a long day in the office for you guys.
My pass and run defense was good. My secondary was atrocious.
Your secondary stayed home,
But
they stayed on the bus.
They did. No, I can't give him that.
The secondary didn't come off the bus
Listen,
because if you let Hill go 7 receptions, 12 targets, Waddle 5 for 5.
Okay. Now watch this. Before Tyreek Hill caught that 80-yard bomb,
We were killing him.
he was in check.
Yeah,
I'm not. Listen, it's hard to keep a good man down.
we were killing him.
Waddle was 5 for 5. Yes, he was.
Yeah.
But Waddle had got banged up and he was out. Waddle, they gave up that 60-yard pass that he caught. Now that gave him that number. The Jags had them the whole first half. They had him in check. And when you keep Tyreek, lock him down. When you keep him in check, that's pretty good. Now, we're not close. Only horseshoes, grenades, I know. It's 4 quarters. You got to win all 4. I don't think that they did a bad job with you. If you take that 80-yard bomb away, which happened the very next play after ETN fumbled the ball in the end zone,
Yeah.
we're talking a different game. We are. I don't think that they played that bad. Did they play their best? No. But I saw them putting 2 on the ground. I saw them coming to the show.
D-line was coming now.
They was coming to the show. And Jacksonville's defensive line is their strength.
Yeah.
They do. Could their corners have played better? Yes. But they got that safety from IMG back there. That boy there is the real deal.
But you give up 239 yards to that top 2 wide receivers.
Yes.
You think you're going to still win the game?
They still
They
had a
did nothing in the
chance.
first
They
half.
still had their chance. All they had to do was get some first downs. Because even though they lost that game on a last-second field goal, 17-20 if I'm not mistaken, they had their chance. So imagine what would happen if they didn't turn that ball over. We're talking a different game. Because now, instead of them being up 14, they up 20.
They wouldn't have won by a field goal.
They would have to throw every down.
Yeah.
And Mr. Tua showed you when it come down to the get down, when he has to make that throw, he gonna fold like a beach chair all the time.
And last but not least, who do you think should start for the Steelers? Russ or Justin Fields? Justin Fields?
That's all I'm gonna say. 2.
All right, Arthur Smith, he stuck to what he knows, and that's running the ball.
Arthur Smith's atrocious.
Trash.
Atrocious.
He's the OC right now. He's not head coach.
Atrocious.
He's the OC right now. He ran the ball. He ran there at the ball. He made the game. He made the game. When I watched this game, the game plan was very. He wasn't going to let him throw the ball around a lot. And when he threw it to Zoe's boy. Pick. It was very vanilla, very soft, very basic. And it's either Arthur didn't want him to, like, I think the playbook will change when they paid Russ. They paid Russ. Not a lot, but they paid Russ to come play football. They gave him a contract.
Mm-hmm.
They traded to get Justin Fields.
Yes, they did.
So, and the job was already won. I think there's weird smoke between the quarterback job right now because this is twice this man has had this calf injury. And it goes away, it came back, it goes away, it came back. That's weird. I know calf injuries are they're hit or miss because it can extend down to the Achilles and go somewhere else, and it could be bad. But I like Fields. I just don't like Fields to be long term for the season because the offense will be kind of a lot of what you saw today, very low scoring and not a lot of big bang. And then T.J. Watt is a dog, so he's gonna do his job. But I think Russ is going to get the job back when he's healthy. I think so.
All right, it's time for our week 2 picks. Steelers, Broncos, who you got?
Steelers.
Bills, Dolphins.
Thursday night football. Ooh. The Bills don't have the defense like my boys do. The Dolphins might pull it off, but I also think Josh Allen's gonna do what he always does. He's gonna
turn the ball over.
He had 4 total touchdowns on Sunday, bro. And I don't think he threw a pick.
So who you rolling with? Bills?
I'm going Bills by a touchdown.
I'm going Bills.
I'm going Bills blowout. He's only lost to the Dolphins once in his career.
Saints, Cowboys.
Cowboys.
That defense.
They playing.
Strong.
Where they playing at?
In Dallas.
They playing in Dallas. Give me New Orleans.
What?
Give me New Orleans.
Are you drunk or high?
Give me New Orleans.
He's on Dog Food America.
Yeah, give me. I like it.
Upset of the week.
Call me Alpo.
Bucks, Lions.
Lions.
Yeah, Detroit all day.
Lions.
Okay, we all agree on that one. Colts, Packers. Colts all day. No
Colts.
quarterback.
I'm taking Packers. Give me Packers. I'll take the Packers. They playing in Green Bay?
Yeah.
Give me Green Bay.
Did you see the quarterback? I apologize. He didn't throw a pick. He was 0 for 1 on a pass attempt.
Green Bay.
Did you
In
see-
Green Bay.
You know the backup quarterback's never thrown a touchdown. He's thrown 3 picks his whole career, right?
Green Bay defense in Green Bay.
He's never thrown a touchdown since he's been in the league.
We're gonna play this tape for him next week.
Green Bay defense in Green Bay.
Yes, sir. We
So
got you.
they're not going to score no points.
Didn't you say you saw a team win without scoring a touchdown? two of them in 1 week.
That's because the kicker.
They got to
The kicker saved the team in 1, and then special teams was the Chicago game because they had a punt return for a touchdown, the scoop and score, a pick 6.
Okay.
Oh God. Jets versus Giants. I mean Jets versus Titans.
Jets. This is a get right game for Rodgers.
Could both of them lose?
Somebody got to win the game, man.
0-0 tie.
No, no disrespect.
Titans. The Jets are gonna find some way to bungle this.
I go to Jets. Give me Jets.
What?
Give me Jets.
You want Tennessee?
If they lose that, if Aaron Rodgers lose this game, listen,
they're in trouble.
He gonna be
If they lose
fighting.
this game, they're
He
in
gonna be
trouble.
fighting.
49ers versus the Vikings. 49ers.
Next.
Got a pick?
It ain't gonna be the Vikings. That's Sam Donald.
I'm not going to go for the upset. I'm going Niners.
Seahawks, Patriots. Ooh,
Patriots.
Hawks.
Seahawks.
Give me Patriots.
Hawks.
Jesus. The toilet bowl game. Giants versus Commanders.
Oh, jeez. Commanders.
Commanders.
I'll do that. Commanders.
Chargers versus Panthers. Chargers.
Whew. This is gonna be another blowout.
If you give me
If
40,
not
if you
more.
give me 45, I'll take Carolina.
Yeah.
Browns, Jags. Ooh.
Jags.
Ooh.
I'm going my Jags.
Yeah.
I'm going my
Deshaun
Jags.
Watson.
Deshaun-
they playing in Cleveland?
Don't matter
No,
where
they
they're
played
going.
in Duval.
Deshaun don't look good. I'm
I'm
taking
going with the Jags.
Give me Cleveland.
Over the Jags?
You know who Myles Garrett is? You know who has the number 1 ranked defense in the league?
Where was he on?
Where was he Sunday when
I
the
didn't see him
Cowboys was
Sunday.
putting a whooping on him?
Trying to
always
catch his
had a
breath
sack.
because he's on the field the whole game. They still
Raiders,
got Myles Garrett.
Ravens. We know who you rolling with.
Ravens.
I got to go Ravens if they run the ball.
It's a get
I'm
right.
going Ravens.
It's a get right game for you.
If they run the ball.
It's a get
They
right game.
beat us 2 years ago because they tried to throw it.
That was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
That shit don't
And they-
matter in your words.
Yeah, I
I'm saying it
understand.
right now.
If they try to throw the ball, they're going to lose.
Nah, they're gonna run the ball. They're gonna have to.
They'll win if they run the ball.
Rams, Cardinals.
No Puka.
I'll take the Rams.
I'll take the Rams.
I'll take the Rams. They'll get back.
That's gonna be my upset game. I'm going Cards. I'm going because
Okay.
bro, they don't look good without no Puka. They look bad.
They'll be all right because they got Tyler Johnson and then they got DeMarcus Robinson.
They
and
had
they-
him on Sunday.
Yeah, and he did pretty good. He just played against a team that couldn't stop the run. They can't stop the run. Arizona can't run like that.
I say Marvin Harrison balls out this game.
Yes, they'll feed
They're
him.
gonna ball out.
They'll feed him.
Bengals, Chiefs. Chiefs, automatically.
I don't even have to. 15.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm gonna say.
Chiefs.
15.
Bears, Texans all day.
Texans.
That's going to be a blowout. Ooh, the Battle of the
I like-
Birds.
I like. I think Chicago gonna. I'm going Houston, but I think Chicago gonna look different on Sunday, guys. I think it's gonna be a way better team than what we saw.
I think it's gonna be way worse than what we saw.
Thank you.
It couldn't have been no worse than that.
It's gonna be worse.
250 total offense, and you don't score on offense.
Yeah, it's gonna
That's
be
the
worse.
worst. I've never seen a team win when they do that.
It's gonna be
Never.
worse.
It's gonna be worse.
Okay.
Houston's probably going to beat them by like 30 or 40.
It's gonna be bad, Joe. It's gonna be bad.
Houston's going to put like 30
The
40
offensive
on them.
line can't block a kindergartner from the water fountain. They horrible.
They're gonna have a better game plan.
No.
They got to change it up.
Worst results. Will Anderson, that defensive line is ridiculous.
Huh.
And they got Daniil Hunter. Bad.
And the Battle of the Birds. Falcons, Eagles.
What time is it?
8:50 Monday.
Prime time. Kirk Cousins going to lose.
Jesus. That's next week, Monday.
Atlanta who? And where?
Philadelphia.
Eagles versus Falcons.
Yeah, Saquon gonna.
Oh,
Saquon
Philly, that's another
yeah,
blowout.
Saquon gonna.
I can see that. There'd probably be somewhere like 30, 40 to maybe 10, 17, something like that.
Saquon-
Now, again, Arizona got a pretty good defense, but Kirk Cousins is going to give it to him.
Arizona.
I'm sorry, not Arizona. Atlanta.
okay,
Excuse
I
me.
was gonna say.
Atlanta got a pretty good defense, but Kirk Cousins.
Philly's still going to put 30 to 40 points on the board.
Because Kirk Cousins is going to give it to him about 3 times on the 15.
If he stops throwing with his arm and
He can't do it.
into the throat,
That's what he can't.
he don't look
I just
healthy,
don't
man.
hope that they don't kill Bijan. I hope they don't, man.
You and me both.
That's my boy.
We do fantasy picks.
All right. Fantasy picks. Sleepers.
Guys, waiver wire pickups for me, in my opinion, this week. It's if you don't have him already, and I hate saying it, Trey Mason, pick him up.
Trey Mason?
The backup for CMC's backup.
Oh, that's
Something. Jordan Mason.
Jordan Mason. yeah.
Jordan Mason. My
Jordan Mason.
apologies.
Jordan
Pick
Mason.
him up, start him, let him ride, cause he looks good. Looks good.
He's gone. Because if you got CMC, that should have been your first handcuff. Yeah, that's how he gone. What you better try to do if you got CMC and you didn't handcuff him, you better try to trade somebody. Give him 2 or 3, your first and your second. Both of them. Give them for him. The man is him.
All right.
Is that what you feel?
Yeah.
You want to say that? Just that?
Yeah, let's talk about the Tyreek thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the Tyreek. Y'all give me your take on that. What y'all feel on that there?
Start it off.
Me?
No,
All right.
Go in the introduction.
Okay. Well, guys, I need y'all input. As black men, we all have had run-ins with police. They could go either way. Your end goal should be to get home to your family by any means necessary. Some people talking about keeping it real. Some people talking about being, this or I ain't no ass kisser or whatever the case may be. But at the end of the day, get home to your family any way you can. Because I'd rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6. Playmaker, what you think?
I personally think all of this could have been avoided if Mr. Hill was more compliant. If he was more compliant with the officers, it wouldn't have became a dick measuring contest the way it was. Everything was mishandled completely out of hand. Everything was mishandled completely. It could have been, all could have been avoided if you ask me. If he would have gave the ID and the registration, proof of insurance, boom, let him go. But it became a lot for no reason. It became the news. Tyreek scored a touchdown and did a handcuff celebration. That was pretty impressive, Mr. Reek. But that right there, it's too much, guys. Because we shouldn't be having this conversation still. It's wild because if you can't trust the police, you're scared of the police, and we're not supposed to be scared of the police because they're here to protect us. But if they're not doing right, how does that work? Where's the way in? Could have been prevented.
I just think 2 wrongs don't make a right. The cop did escalate the situation. Tyreek should have kept the window down. It was just too many egos on both parts. Yeah. So, always remember, guys, keep a level head, because the end goal is to always go back home to your family.
Agreed.
They're the ones that's going to be here after the aftermath, man. So, it ain't about being a punk. It ain't about being cool. Just comply. Keep your hands on the steering wheel. Have your license and registration ready to go. Don't talk back. Ain't no time for the slick talk. You ain't got to prove yourself to nobody. You know within your heart that you're a responsible adult. Now is not the time to be the big boy on campus.
Yeah. Well said.
Yep.
Come on, man. It's time to put the foolishness down. Live to see another day.
Well said.
Peace.
We got dumb edits.